First of all, thanks for the interview.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yes, and well, we are going to talk about Visions of Atlantis coming to Brazil, right? But
of course, yes.
But first, I want to talk a little bit about the last record, the Pirates record, because it got a lot of attention from the symphonic metal community. So how do you analyze this reception, and what are the fans saying, the feedback that you've got?
Well, we realized that starting to go all in with this pirate universe in the lyrics of the record, in the soundscape of the record, in the themes, in the choices in terms of thematics, not only for the visual, but also for these atmospheres that are evoked with our music, was absolutely a smart choice. Because Visions of Atlantis have always been flirting with pirates. If you go and watch the video of The Deep and the Dark, there are the pirates of your banished privateers in the video. Return to Lemuria also has this sailing and sea-related vibe. All the covers of The Deep and the Dark, Wanderers, they were always sea-related. A Journey to Remember talks about, a journey, obviously. So there are so many moments in the history of Visions of Atlantis in which the pirate world was somehow getting closer, but we never went all in 100%. We did it with pirates. With pirates, we told ourselves, hey, let's stop flirting. Let's make it happen for real. And we did it in the visual, in the photos, in the looks, and obviously in the sounds that we chose for the record, because now the themes are played by horns, there are organs, everything that is related to the pirate universe is brought into our music. And this, I think, elevated immensely the identity of the band. Because now, even if you don't know which band we are, you can tell, okay, these are the pirates.
Yeah.
You cannot know, maybe you don't know the name, but you can say, okay, this is the band of the pirates. And this is something extremely important nowadays, because metal bands are active since 50, 60 years now, and there are so many that you need to stand out in one way or another. And there are so many amazing bands, so many good bands, so it's not only about, hey, let's write a great song. This has become the standard. Everyone needs to write a great song, otherwise you're not even considered. But on top of being good in your musicianship and in your writing skills, you also have to be identifiable, like someone who people can recognize for this or these other aspects. And this is why Powerwolf have the werewolves, Sabaton have the war aspect, Amaranthi are the super modern band. Now there is Glory Hammer, for instance, with all the masks. And of course, now Visions of Atlantis are the pirates. So making this choice that we did a bit more spontaneously than this. These are all comments and feedbacks that we gathered after we made this step. We just wanted to, go all in with what was there already. And it happened, and it brought so much, as you said, attention around the band. And now things are moving and evolving day after day, which is wonderful for us.
Yes, and well, you share the vocals of Visions of Atlantis with Clémentine, right? And
correct.
This, but when we analyze all the traditional symphonic metal bands, we have that Beauty and the Beast vocal style with the lyric,
lyrical singer.
And the harsh vocals, right? But you have clean vocals. So how do you see these characteristics setting you apart within the symphonic metal genre? For example, bands like Epica and After Forever back in the days used harsh vocals, right?
Yeah, and this is what makes Visions of Atlantis special in my opinion. Also, truth to be told, Visions were the first band who did this, because Visions are active since 2000, year 2000, of course, with many changes. Right now, we finally found stability. Right now, this band I promise you, it's not going to change, because we are such a family right now. We are so much in love with each other on every level as friends and everything, and it's just wonderful. But yeah, so much happened through the years in the history of Visions of Atlantis. But always VOA were the band with two clean vocalists, which was exactly as you said, an exception in the symphonic metal scene, because normally you have the growler, the beast, and the lyrical singer or the modern singer, which is the beauty. Our style is different. We basically sing duets. Every song of Visions of Atlantis is a duet, and there is no other band that does this in the symphonic metal genre. Recently, some bands experimented this in other forms, because I could mention, for instance, Brothers of Metal. They also have three, if I'm right, clean singers, or Temperance, my other band. They also share
Amaranth also, right?
But Amaranth also have a growler.
Yeah, we have three.
Amaranth also have a growler.
Yes.
And I wouldn't say that Amaranth are symphonic metal.
Yeah,
I would say that they are
modern,
yeah, more modern. I wouldn't put them in the symphonic metal genre, to be honest. But yeah, of course, they have two clean singers, and Neil Smalling, to my taste, is one of the best melodic singers and melodic male singers right now. Of course, nothing to say against Ellis Reed. She's also an extremely good singer, one of the best clean female singers. But yeah, since normally it's a growler, having a pure clean singer, it's a male singer, it's rare, in this kind of combinations of band. But yeah, VOA always had this, and now it's taken to the top, especially with the theatrical and operatic and musical vibe that Clemi and I brought in the band. So all good. All good.
Yes, we talked about some other bands and we mentioned a few ones, but I'm curious to know if you have any favorite symphonic metal records that you care the most.
Well, I will sound cliche. But Dark Passion Play from Nightwish is my absolute favorite symphonic metal record ever. There are so many songs that are just unbelievable in that record, especially The Poet and the Pendulum. This is, in my opinion, Nightwish's masterpiece for what concerns my taste, my flavors. But there are several other symphonic metal bands that I love. Well, Avantasia, I don't know if you consider it a symphonic metal band. I do. They are one of my biggest influences. And of course, I could mention so many others. For instance, I also tend to consider a symphonic metal band Mirath. Yes. They are a bit proggy, prog power, but there are so many symphonic metal elements in their music, and I just love their style. It's so unique, so peculiar. I think just wonderful.
They sound a little bit like Camelot.
Yeah, but with this Oriental vibe. Yeah. Exactly. That Camelot had it in a couple songs, because you think of March of Mephisto, for instance, there is this Oriental vibe, but you can tell that for Mirath, this is where they come from. It's in their veins. So it's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Yeah, and talking about, bringing the roots where we come from. You are from Italy, right? So
yes,
you are
correct.
like born and raised. So how is it to grow in Italy concerning the heavy metal environment and all of this stuff?
So this is also this might sound like a cliche, but at the high school and at school in general, I was the outsider, because Italy is a pop country. Italy is absolutely a popular music oriented country. Like, we have big songwriters from the 60s, the 70s, that of course Italian songwriters that steal the scene somehow. They are everywhere. So when you are a rocker already, you are a bit far from what's the core of the listening in Italy. And when you listen and like heavy metal, you are an absolute outsider. I believe that like rarely, only extremely rarely, metal record charted in the Italian charts, just to mention something. And this only happened to bands like Iron Maiden, Dream Theater, you know, like not even Lacuna Coil, which are Italian, ever reached the top 5 or 3 of the Italian charts, as far as I know, as I remember. I think they charted once, but I don't remember in which position. And this was like, wow, Lacuna Coil are in the charts. That's amazing. Which is a pity, you know, because in the end, heavy metal is just a style of music. It's not like we are evil or bad or else. But of course, I was the outsider. And then with time, you know, I found my place. I found my spot. But it's peculiar if you think that I ended up in a foreigner band, because Visions of Atlantis is an Austrian band. So to find my path and truly travel the world with my music, I had to move away from Italy, which is, yeah, a bit sad.
Yes. Well, talking a little bit about the songs of the new record. Well, I really like. I enjoyed the whole record, but the songs, the Clocks songs and the Melancholy Angel songs, I think that they stand out somehow. So can you share some thoughts about the writing process of these 2 particular songs?
I think that what stands out in these 2 tracks is the explosivity and the party vibe, the party mood. You know, like in the end, you can see it in the video. There is in the video of Clocks, especially, there is pure chaos happening in this tavern, and this describes really well the spirit of the song. Melancholy Angel is a bit more dark, is a bit darker in terms of message, but both songs are songs that bring your body to move, bring your body to shake, bring your body to follow the rhythm. And I believe that this is an absolute winning point, especially with you guys from Brazil, because you have rhythm in your veins, you know, like you feel it. The best drummers in the world, in my opinion, are Brazilian, because you truly have this percussion blood somehow, you know, the pulse of your blood. I think your blood, your heart that beats with a heartbeat that is like in BPMs, you know, it's 180 BPM, 150 BPM. It's there is something in your vein. And of course, when the song is somehow punchy and bouncy, I'm not surprised that these are the songs that hit you the most, because both songs were meant to be songs to make people shake their heads and bang their head. Everything is really spontaneous when it comes to songwriting. You know, when someone asks me, how do you write your music, I'm always in a difficult position, because it's like if I hear the song in my head as if I'm listening to the radio, and my job is to understand and focus on what I'm listening and write it down. This is how I write music. So it's complicated. It's not like I'm thinking, oh, now I should do this, or now I should do that, or people like this, therefore it's just about hearing something that is ongoing inside my mind and writing it down. So it's, yeah, if in a certain way, it's just fully spontaneous for what concerns Clocks. Melancholy Angel was written by Felix, our producer, and it's the first song that he wrote for us when we were on tour, and we immediately loved the song, and we just say, okay, let's use it. If you are okay with us using it, then we will use it for sure.
Yes, and you you released a live records now, right? The Pirates over Wacken.
Wacken?
So can you describe the experience of creating that album, and do you have a favorite track from the track list?
Well, in general, right now, my favorite VOA track is Legion of the Seas. When we wrote the album, it was Master the Hurricane, because it's so complicated, so complex, not complicated, so rich of elements. There is, you know, the orchestra, the choirs, the breakdowns, the duets, the exchange of vocals between Clemi and I, the slow part, the riffing. There is so much happening in Master the Hurricane that I was super, super excited. I still love it. But right now, after quite some shows live, Legion of the Seas, it's just a banger. It's this song that when it starts, people start to circle pit, people start to shake their heads, and I just love this. It just, you know, I absorb energy from everyone around me, and it's just fantastic to play. So right now, Legion of the Seas is just my favorite track. When it comes to Pirates over Wacken, it's pretty simple. Like we played this show at Wacken, and at a certain point, in all the excitement, we had the chance to listen to the recording of the record. We pressed play, and after 2 songs, we were like, "Is this really us playing? Like, is this our band?" Because it was so energetic and so tight. So it was a pleasure to listen to our music, and we decided, okay, this has to become a live record because it's just worth it. So super easy, spontaneous, not planned at all, but it worked. It worked.
Yes. And well, now let's talk a little bit about the coming. You guys are coming to Brazil. So what can the fans expect for this concert, and what are you guys expecting about this concert?
So the cool thing is that,
I'm so sorry that's
no
only
worries.
one.
No. Yeah, believe me, I'm sorry too. If I could, I would play at least 3 shows in Brazil, because your country is so vast and it's so worth it. But unfortunately, this is how it is this time. I'm sure that next time we will make it to have more shows, not only in São Paulo, maybe also Brasilia, you know, and other cities. Anyways, the thing is that we don't come to Brazil since 2019. And a lot has changed, because in 2019, we were presenting The Deep and the Dark. Yeah. So there is not only Pirates, but also Wanderers in between. It's like 2 cycles for Visions of Atlantis that didn't see the shows being played in South America. Because, of course, we were supposed to come in 2020, but everyone knows how it went. But yeah, coming back now is just exciting, because you will witness the new era of Visions of Atlantis with the new outfits, with the new show. And I promise you, it's not going to be just a concert. You're just not going to see Visions of Atlantis, the 5 musicians playing on stage. There is so much happening. Like, we have acting. It's more close to a musical than to a concert, and I'm sure this will be really exciting for the listener. This is a comment that we are often receiving after someone sees us live for the first time, you know. And those who come back, they are always telling us, "Yeah, I come back because every time the show is a little bit different, and it's not a concert; it's an experience." So I promise you that what you will grasp with Visions of Atlantis live, it's more than just a concert, and it will be engaging and entertaining, because in the end, we will make you sing, we will make you scream, we will make you jump, we will make you raw, we will make you do so many things that you will become part of the show itself. And this is another winning point in terms of memory, you know, like you will go home with a beautiful memory of something that you shared with us. It's not only I go to the show, I watch a wonderful show with the band playing, and that's it. And this is what you can totally expect and look forward to attending in São Paulo, and of course in all the other countries if someone from outside of Brazil is watching this video. But yeah, that's it.
Yes, and Michele, I have a question about the future of the band, because, well, we know that you guys are into this pirate world. So what's the challenging, because in the next records you need to create a different approach, but on the same theme, right? So what are the band the plans for how to approach this theme?
Yeah, let's say that for sure we will stick to the pirate theme and the pirate universe right now, because we really feel empowered. We really feel like we belong to it. You know, Visions of Atlantis were always flirting with this pirate theme, and now that we went all in, we feel like we belong there. So there is no reason in the world why we should change. Some people asked us, you know, because they told us, okay, first you were wanderers, now you are pirates. What will you be next? You know, like astronauts? And the answer is no. We will stay pirates. 100% we will stay pirates, because this is I truly feel like I am a pirate nowadays. A pirate, not, you know, the pirate that goes and loots treasures and steals and everything
Not the
else.
bad pirate.
Not a bad pirate. Being a pirate means being an adventurer with a free spirit. This is what being a pirate means. Like, we want to be free. We don't want to have chains. We don't want to live by the rules. We want to decide what our destiny is. We want to, you know, decide, okay, tomorrow we sail toward that direction because this is what we want, without, you know, need to do this or this other thing. And this is what we mean with being pirates. But yeah, for sure, the next record will keep the pirating. What we will do is bringing it to the next level in the songwriting and in the visual aspects and in everything that concerns the universe of Visions of Atlantis. Like, musically speaking, we already have the vast majority of the new songs. We are refining them, making them final before we enter the studio to record them, but the material basically is there. And it's like a continuing of Pirates, I would say. Like, the songs are absolutely not the same. It's not like you will hear a new Legion of the Seas, a new Clocks, exactly like Clocks is, but the style, the soundscape, and everything is the same. Like, it's not going to change, but with some tracks that in terms of rhythm, grooves, and spirit were missing in Pirates. I think that you could imagine this as a double record for now, in which the songs from the first record are different with the songs from the second record. They are as good as the first one and the second one. They are on the same level, but they are somehow different. This is the way I would describe Pirates 2, which is not going to be called Pirates 2, but yeah, that's how we can call it for now.
Okay, well, so thanks for the interview, and please leave a final message to your Brazilian fans.
Well, I truly expect a lot from Brazil, because when we played there in 2019, we were a smaller band with less experience, and you already gave us one of the best memories of my life, to be honest. I have videos saved from that show, because you were so excited, guys, that like we were just astonished. Being on stage was such a pleasure and an honor, and I remember people singing and screaming and taking part of it. So now that we have matured, that we have grown as a band, and now that we have much more to say, because the band is constantly creating new adventures, new tales, and everything, I'm extremely looking forward to grasp and feel your energy again. So yeah, it's gonna be, I hope, but I'm sure actually it's gonna be a great time together.
Yeah, well, okay, so good luck on the road and with the band, the plans, and well, bye bye. See you on the road.
Thank you. See you on the 7th. See you on the 7th of October.
Okay, bye bye.
Ciao, ciao. Cheers. Cheers.